Well, hello there, chums. Welcome to Night City Wire, and this is sort of my reactions and sort of breakdown of what I'm seeing and what I think of what I'm seeing. So first up is Life Paths. Now, this is pretty darn frickin' awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to let this play out a bit, and then I'll give you my thoughts and feelings on it in a sec.
Well, who do we have here?
Grew up in Haywood. The whole street was my family. Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I'm pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here, live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings, running away from badges. Iron tasted blood from a split lip.
Motherfucker!
Got everybody fighting for a slice of the street.
Get the fuck out of Vista.
If you keep getting jumped, you find some stronger choopers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have arrived. The Major.
Ready to get your cherry bobbed? Yeah, come on!
My childhood? Let's see. Racing my bobber for the first time through the hills. Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
We nomads choose who to make our family. A choice forges strong bonds and a higher duty that stands solid as an old oak.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Makes you an outcast among outcasts.
Miss this, you know? Camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met.
Know what I always liked about nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City.
Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
The world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No! I'm not fucking joking!
This isn't a request, V.
But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you're working Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
What's the rules, Jack? Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. CYBERWARE Arasaka is. And you're the pendeja who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself. That's the only way.
Well, Life Paths, wow. I mean, I'm probably going to go for a corpo. I think that sort of suits me to a better sort of standing, mainly because I've watched Altered Carbon, and Altered Carbon seems to appeal to me quite a lot more. I mean, you are looking for immortality after all, and I think the corpo might give you a bit of a heads up when it comes to financials and getting yourself secured and in a place to actually achieve that. Whereas being a street kid, you're going to know the underbelly. You're going to know about a lot of narcotics or where to find weapons perhaps. And a nomad, you're going to know a lot more about the gangs and how they actually use their supply chain. So maybe you might be able to take advantage of that. For one thing's for sure, these Life Paths are going to breathe a lot of life into this game. I'm probably going to play through a couple of times, but I'm going to go for corpo as my first playthrough. What are you guys going to go for? Let us know in the comments below, and why. That'd be freaking interesting. Heck yes. It's awesome. So far this has been great. I'm loving this.
So Philip, can you tell us a little bit more about the character Padre? He's the guy we see giving his business card to Street Kid V in the video. Who is this man?
Yeah, so Padre is actually one of the fixers in Night City. And fixers are people that work as intermediaries. So if someone who has a lot of money needs a problem solved, they go to a fixer. And a fixer then finds people who can solve that problem. And these people are people like you, V, cyberpunks. Fixers are very territorial, so Padre specifically works from Haywood, which is where you as a street kid grew up in, so you already know him. You might have already seen another one of our fixers, who is called Dexter Deshawn, and he works in a different part of the city. So specifically Padre, you might know him as a street kid, but even if you played other life paths, you might sooner or later meet him because he's operating in Haywood, which is a pretty big place with many good jobs. So if you want to make some cash there, you will sooner or later deal with Padre.
Philip, thank you so much.
Right, now I really like this idea of having like different fixers in different areas. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? At least we're not going to get bored interfacing with the same person. And I quite like that all the different cars have different sort of stylings to them. I mean, that one looks very different to the other fixer's car, which is cool. But what took my interest there is it looks like they were about to have a street race. I so hope street races are a thing. And that'd be quite cool to tool up a car to enter into a street race. I don't know whether that's a thing, but that clip kind of hints that there might be an element of that. I mean, how awesome. How awesome would that be? Anyway, back onto it. Now we're going to be touching on music, so there's not much to say on this one.
Before that, let's talk about music, because music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life. Now, in future episodes, we're going to talk about things like radio stations and even the original score. But today, we're going to take a look behind the scenes at Harrow Fuse to bringing Johnny Silverhand's band, Samurai, to life.
Okay, now I think that actual artist that they chose there, for Keanu Reeves, you could kind of imagine that's what he would sound like if he could sing. So yeah, I think that the actual merriment of the two people is quite good. The synergy is good. But what I'm worried about is when they're talking about radio stations and all these sort of licensed tracks, especially now that you can buy them online, are they going to be copyrighted? What does that mean to a streamer like me? Am I going to get copyright strikes left, right and centre by YouTube should I choose to stream this title? I'm hoping that in the options mode they add something for us streamers and content creators to turn off any music that might cause a copyright infringement or flag. Hopefully that's there.
Hey V, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers are Maelstrom. Alas, nothing ever transpires as planned with them. You better gear up for this. So V, are you willing?
Yeah, I'm in.
So I have prepared a few extra questions for you, Pavel, if you're feeling up to it.
Of course.
Okay, well the first is going to be, how do you find more weapons in Night City? Like, where will players be looking for them?
So I expect the players to look everywhere for new and exciting weapons. You can of course buy weapons at vendor shops, and they will house an entire catalog of weaponry that you can get. However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in Night City. The weapons rarities range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will actually need to make some tough choices to find some legendary weapons, because maybe they need to choose whether to kill a person who holds the legendary weapons that they want, or to spare them because they like them as a character.
Well, holy Jesus, Sandals, does that sound frickin' good? I mean, he fired rockets out of his frickin' wrist. I'm going to be going for gorilla arms. That looks frickin' ace. Not that I've got gorilla arms in real life, but you know, why not? Yeah, the weapons look fantastic. The styling of them. There was one, and I'm sure it had like a sticker on that actually had like a lady's name, like Jill or something weird. But that's so cool. Imagine naming and graffitiing up your weapons and really personalising them and to however you want. I mean, that's just one thing. I mean, look how the actual bodies react to being shot. One of them done the splits as they fell over a table. I can't wait to play this. This looks frickin' ace, and the weapons look fantastic. Heck yes. Well, if you want to see the full video about me talking over it and my opinions, it's in the top right hand corner now as a card. Click that! There's multiple ways to support my channel, Patreon being one. Thank you, Patreons. And I also have YouTube membership. Thank you, YouTube memberships. Yep, there's multiple tiers there for everyone. Be sure to check both out if you're thinking of supporting me that way. Hitting a like or a subscribe or leaving a comment. I love reading comments. Is another way to support the channel. Or there's merch if you want to find a dandy pair of socks or a t-shirt. Head on over to Teespring. Or just stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer and watch a little more. Hit join or sub. Heck yes. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheerio.